Deep in the heart of Germany's Eifel Mountains, where ancient forests meet unforgiving stone, lies a creation unlike any other in motorsport. Opened in 1927, in the shadow of the more than 800-year-old Nürburg castle, the Nürburgring is no ordinary racetrack.
Its Nordschleife, the North Loop, stretches nearly 21 kilometers of relentless challenge, almost 180 bends, gradients that test engines to their limits, elevation swings of over 300 meters, blind crests where cars once took flight, and weather that shifts in an instant from sunshine to storm.
Here, beauty and brutality entwine. The dense beech woods frame every corner, turning the circuit into a living, breathing entity, serene yet savage. In 1968, after conquering a rain-soaked, fog-shrouded German Grand Prix with a commanding lead, three-time Formula One world champion Jackie Stewart looked down from his plane and gave it a name that would echo through history: the Green Hell. The early 1920s were a time of recovery and ambition for Germany. After the devastation of World War I, the nation sought ways to rebuild its economy, reduce unemployment, and showcase its engineering prowess on the world stage. Motorsports became the perfect arena. Inspired by Italy's legendary Targa Florio, a grueling road race through mountainous terrain, and stung by earlier defeats in international events like the 1907 Kaiser Prize, German officials dreamed of a dedicated, purpose-built circuit that would rival the best in Europe.
In the spring of 1925, the Rhineland Provincial Administration, under Dr. Johannes Fuchs, declared the project a major emergency undertaking to combat widespread joblessness in the Eifel region. On August 13, 1925, official approval was granted by the Ministry of Welfare. Contracts were signed the very next day with 4 construction companies. The architect, Gustav Eichler from Ravensburg, designed a challenging layout that followed the natural contours of the Eifel Mountains, winding around the ancient Nürburg castle, hence the name Nürburgring, officially adopted on October 30, 1925.
Construction began in earnest in July 1925, with the first stone laid on September 27, 1925. Up to 2,500 workers, many previously unemployed, labored with picks, shovels, and early steam-powered machinery to carve the track through dense beech forests and steep hills. The massive project cost around 14–15 million Reichsmarks, funded partly by the government and the city of Cologne. The terrain was unforgiving. Elevation changes of over 300 meters, blind crests, and narrow, tree-lined paths demanded precision engineering. By spring 1927, the track was complete. It featured not one, but multiple configurations: the legendary 22.835-kilometer Nordschleife, North Loop, the shorter 7.747 kilometer Südschleife, South Loop, a small 2.281-kilometer Zielschleife, or Betonschleife warm-up loop around the pits, and a steep test section called Steilstrecke with gradients up to 27%. When combined, the full Gesamtstrecke measured 28.265 kilometers, the longest permanent racing circuit ever built at the time.
The grand opening arrived on June 18, 1927, with the Eifelrennen motorcycle races. Toni Ullmann won the first event on a 350cc Velocette. The following day, June 19th, cars took to the track. In a dominant 1-2-3 finish for Mercedes-Benz, Rudolf Caracciola, driving the supercharged Mercedes-Benz Model S, nicknamed the White Elephant, claimed overall victory with an average speed of over 101 kilometers per hour, setting the tone for German engineering supremacy. After the scars of World War II, the Nürburgring refused to stay silent. Racing resumed in 1947 with motorcycle events, but the true rebirth came in 1951 when Formula One arrived for the first time. On the demanding 22.835-kilometer Nordschleife, Alberto Ascari piloted his Ferrari to victory in the German Grand Prix, marking the start of an extraordinary era where the ring hosted the world's finest drivers and machines. The circuit's reputation grew legendary and terrifying. With over 170 corners, 89 left-handers and 84 right-handers in the original layout, elevation changes exceeding 300 meters, blind crests where cars could become airborne, notably at Flugplatz and Flonsgarten, narrow tree-lined sections, and wildly unpredictable weather, it earned its infamous nickname. In 1968, three-time Formula One world champion Jackie Stewart, after a dominant win, famously called it the Green Hell, a name that stuck forever, capturing both its breathtaking beauty amid the Eifel forests and its ruthless danger. The 1960s and early 1970s represented the golden age of high-speed bravery on the old Nordschleife. The 1961 German Grand Prix remains the longest Formula One race ever held, 15 laps covering 346.159 kilometers, over 215 miles, with Stirling Moss victorious after nearly 9 hours of grueling competition. Lap times improved dramatically. By 1975, Niki Lauda set the first sub-7-minute lap, 6:58.6, during qualifying, a feat that highlighted both human skill and the circuit's unforgiving nature. But the danger was ever present. The track's sheer length made proper safety impossible. Insufficient marshals, limited runoff areas, few guardrails in many sections, and rescue services that could take minutes or longer to reach incidents. By the mid-1970s, the Nordschleife was increasingly seen as outdated in an era demanding higher safety standards. The turning point came on August 1, 1976, during the German Grand Prix. Reigning world champion Niki Lauda, pushing hard to catch James Hunt, lost control of his Ferrari 312 T2 in the fast left-hander before Bergwerk, between Exmühle and Bergwerk. The car slammed into the right-hand rock face, burst into flames, and skidded across the track, where it was struck by oncoming cars. Trapped for over 50 seconds in the inferno at temperatures around 800 degrees Celsius, Lauda suffered severe burns, inhaled toxic fumes, and nearly lost his life. Courageous drivers, Arturo Merzario, Brett Lunger, Harald Ertl, and Guy Edwards, rushed to pull him from the wreckage, saving him before official rescue arrived. Lauda miraculously survived, receiving last rites, yet returning to race just 42 days later at Monza. But the accident sealed the fate of the old Nordschleife for Formula One. Drivers boycotted future races on the layout, citing its impossibility to make safe. It was the last F1 Grand Prix on the full 22.835-kilometer Nordschleife. James Hunt won that fateful day, but the era of the Green Hell as an F1 venue ended in fire and reform. From the ashes of the 1976 tragedy rose not destruction, but determined rebirth. The Nürburgring's custodians faced an impossible choice: abandon the legend or evolve it. They chose evolution. Between 1982 and 1983, the old start-finish area, including parts of the Zielschleife, was demolished. The Südschleife, Long overshadowed and rarely used after the 1970s upgrades to the Nordschleife, was finally abandoned and largely erased to make way for progress. The Nordschleife itself was shortened to its current length of 20.832 kilometers through a new bypass section, preserving its soul while allowing independent operation. Then, in a bold stroke of engineering and safety innovation, the new 4.5-kilometer Grand Prix circuit, the GP Strecke, was constructed over 3 years at a cost reflecting Germany's commitment to motorsport's future. Opened on May 12, 1984, it set new global standards: wide runoff areas, state-of-the-art safety fences, an extensive network of emergency roads, and modern facilities including a new motorsports museum. The inaugural event was symbolic: a race of identical Mercedes-Benz 190e 2.316 touring cars driven by 9 former Formula One world champions. A then relatively unknown Ayrton Senna claimed victory, foreshadowing his greatness. Formula One officially returned later that year, on October 7, 1984, with Alain Prost winning the European Grand Prix in his McLaren.
The modern Nürburgring became a dual entity, the fearsome, timeless Nordschleife for purists, endurance epics, and the famous tourist drives, where anyone with a road-legal car can experience the green hell under controlled conditions, and the safe, versatile GP Strecke for international championships. Formula One alternated with Hockenheim until 2013, hosting races under names like German, European, and Luxembourg Grand Prix. Michael Schumacher, the local hero, thrilled crowds with 5 victories here between 1995 and 2006. Today, the Nürburgring thrives as a multifaceted venue. The 80ac 24 Hours of Nürburgring remains one of the world's toughest endurance races, drawing massive crowds and testing cars to their limits on the combined Nordschleife GP layout. The Nordschleife continues as the ultimate development track for the automotive industry and a bucket list destination for drivers worldwide via tourist laps. After a 7-year absence, Formula One returned in 2020 for the Eifel Grand Prix, named for the surrounding mountains, marking the circuit's 4th unique Grand Prix designation, a record unmatched in F1 history. Lewis Hamilton's victory that foggy October weekend reminded the world of the ring's enduring magic. As we approach 2027, the 100th anniversary of the official opening on June 18, 1927, the Nürburgring embarks on Road to 100 celebrations, honoring its past while embracing a sustainable, exciting future.